Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Welcome to the Stock Movers Podcast. I'm Charlie Pellet. Joining us today, Bloomberg's Christine Aquino, managing editor for Markets Live. Got to begin with the homebuilders because there was quite the move today in Pulte. What was going on with Pulte Home?
Yeah, absolutely, Charlie. So PulteGroup, ticker PHM, those shares finished lower by 4.9%. And this is because we have seen a series of social media posts from President Donald Trump, as well as the Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte, essentially pressuring home builders to build homes, which I guess you could say makes a lot of sense, but it's just that added pressure from the administration that's really lighting a fire under these stocks in not a positive way. And we should note, of course, that Bill Pulte is the grandson of William J. Pulte, who founded PulteGroup. So a little bit of irony there. But yes, we have seen their comments essentially just pressure the whole home builder sector in general. We've seen a gauge by the S&P down over 9.6%, just over 4 days. That's down more than $19.5 billion in terms of market value over this period.
Indeed, Pulte down every single day this week, dropping 4.9% today. And not just Pulte, but as you mentioned, other home builders down. D.R. Horton down 4.6%. KB was down 4.5%. Toll Brothers down 2.6%. Let us move beyond housing, the home builders, and into earnings, specifically the airlines and Delta. Delta stock up today. What was going on with Delta after earnings?
Yeah, some good news for Delta here, Charlie. So Delta ticker DAL, those shares finished 4.3% higher. We did get updated guidance from the carrier regarding its adjusted earnings per share forecast for the full year and new guidance that also beat the analyst estimate. So now they're seeing adjusted EPS at about $6, whereas the analyst estimate was at $5.80. So very interesting bit of good news, especially seems like it's a time when all we get is bad news from airlines these days, isn't it? But yeah, this is a rare bit of good news for them, at least.
Indeed. We saw United move higher today. We saw American Airlines decline, though. Is there any veracity? Is it worth talking about Delta Airlines as an economic indicator?
I mean, certainly, and that's something I think that a lot of analysts on the street are still potentially worried about. We did hear from Chief Executive Officer Ed Bastian saying that their customer is in a financially good spot. They're not necessarily seeing any pullback in demand, but that's, of course, something that you would expect a CEO of an airline to say. And so I think for analysts, the concern is really whether they will be able to push their premium products, because this is something that Delta has been trying to do more of, and whether consumers will be able to absorb the cost of these premium products, especially at a time when inflation just in general still seems to be a worry for a lot of American households.
Yeah, I heard Delta, too, talking about the quarter, saying that a lot of travelers also, too, are choosing not to go in the hot summer season, especially some of the older travelers who want to move or go to Europe when, say, it's a little bit cooler, not as hot, and that's also helping bookings into the fourth quarter. Now, also out today with earnings, PepsiCo, how did they fare?
Yeah, PepsiCo finishing the day higher as well. So ticker PEP, those shares up more than 4%. And we did get their annual profit outlook. And the analysts are just seeing some positives here, right? So in terms of their actual outlook, they're still seeing operating profit at $3.6 billion, still below estimates, net revenue slightly above estimates, $23.94 billion. This is in terms of their third quarter results. In terms of their actual outlook, they're seeing low single-digit boost in organic revenue. But I think what analysts are really seizing upon here is the fact that PepsiCo is working to cut costs and overhaul its portfolio, and they're doing it with such urgency. Chief Executive Officer Ramon Laguarta did speak to analysts on a call on Thursday morning, and they say that they are still a few areas that they need to work on, but they're doing this with a lot of urgency, and there have been a lot of constructive discussions. And at least for today, investors are taking that to be a positive thing.
Indeed. We saw shares of PepsiCo advancing, as you say. Interestingly, though, rival Coca-Cola, it was up today by just about 0.4%. Coca-Cola reports on October 21st. Is it safe to say so goes Pepsi, then will go Coca-Cola?
I mean, you'd think that they would be working or, moving in tandem in this particular market, given that competition, right? And so for both of these brands, really, it just depends on how they manage to differentiate from each other. In terms of, PepsiCo's approach to things, analysts are pointing to the fact that, there's some fourth quarter trends that could show some improvement, particularly when it comes to mitigating tariff actions, and perhaps also weather might play a part. There might be less weather-related pressure, particularly when it comes to their international beverage line.
All right. Christine Aquino, always appreciate it. Thank you for spending time with us. And that is the Stock Movers Report. I'm Charlie Pallett.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.